Dude, I am sick of phones. I am so done with phones. Like, I'm taking my phone when I get home. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'm putting it in my room or our room, and I am done with the phone. We have had phone issues on this radio show. I literally, twice on the last call I was making in the break on my cell phone, had the person just disappear while I was talking to them. Twice! Done with phones for the day, Charlie. I'm all done.
For those listening,
good God,
that's a really big deal for Sparky.
Yes!
That's huge.
I live on my phone. Like, I'm always on Twitter. Kay's getting mad at me. My phone's blowing up with people texting me all the time. Like, it's crazy. Like, if I go outside to cut the grass, right? And usually I cut my grass on Sundays afternoon so I can listen to Tommy doing the leadoff show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's tradition. Every Sunday, providing the kid doesn't have a baseball game, which now we're done, that's how I spend my Sunday. And then I trim and have my headset on, the cases I look like a dork with, and have that whole thing going on. But if I leave my phone inside, I come inside, I have like 6 to 8 text messages. It's 6 to 8 text messages easy on my phone, right? My phone is always vibrating about one thing or another. Tonight, no. I'm telling you, no. We're going to dinner when I'm done here, so I'll meet him at a restaurant for dinner. And then after that, we're going home, and I'm putting the phone away and being done with it because I'm done. I've had nothing but bad luck with phones.
Fair enough.
Since we got on the air at 2:30. No. Did we have issues on the leadoff show too?
We did have issues.
That's where it started.
Yep.
With Austin Hernandez's
we
phone.
lost him, yeah.
We heard a garage door shutting. Then we heard beep, beep, beep. Gone. He texted me and he explained what happened. I was like, don't worry about it, dude. It's fine. And then we got Horvat on. He disappears every 5 seconds on the phone talking to him in D.C. Oh, I'm so done with phones. I'm all done. Okay, Brewers are up 10-2 right now in the bottom of the 7th inning. The bigger story is that Priester is still on the mound.
And he's cruising, too.
He's had 87 pitches.
He's been awesome. I mean, some of these pitches he's thrown, he's been hanging out with Jacob Mizorowski, man. Some of the movement that these pitches have is just absurd. He might be the real deal, man.
What do you mean by that now?
Like, if he was on any other team and pitching this good, he'd be a top 3 in their rotation. Like, that's what I mean.
The way he's been pitching lately? Yes.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you on that. Yeah, he's been outstanding the last few starts, no question. Priester so far today, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, all earned in the same inning. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts for Priester so far today.
That's pretty fun, man.
And he's still in there in the 7th. Mm-hmm. Now, they're getting Ashby up again. That's another guy whose arm is going to fall off as much as they pitch him lately. So Ashby is getting up in the pen and getting up and working quickly here. Priester needs a ground ball double play to give himself a chance to get out of this inning. And he's facing Garver, who strikes out a ton. So maybe he'll get a strikeout instead of a double play. But again, Brewers are up 10-2, bottom of 7. Cubs already lost 8-4 to the Kansas City Royals today. So that at least is good, which means the Brewers, with the win, will be in sole possession of first place again, heading into an off day tomorrow, Charlie. They go 5-1 out of the break on a West Coast trip to the Dodgers and the Mariners, 2 playoff teams. Hey, man, say whatever you want about how tough the schedule is going to be in the second half, and it is going to be tougher than the Cubs. But that's a hell of a way to start the second half after the All-Star break.
I mean, and in that one game that they lost, it was a 1-0 game. Yes, they're going up against a very good pitcher in George Kirby. At the same time, I mean, there's still a glaring hole on this team that could be fixed at the trade deadline.
Yes, by going on and getting Eugenio Suarez.
By going out and getting any kind of bat, if we're being honest. Somebody else just to give another little pop in the lineup.
So we said Priester was cruising out 89 pitches. In the next 3 pitches, he got 2 line drive outs. So now he's at 92 pitches. Runner still on first. And Priester is going to have an opportunity to pitch 7 and get out of this thing and get 7 innings. It's not like they got a lot of guys that pitch 7 innings on this team. Most guys, if they get through 5, are happy, or 6. Very rarely do you get somebody to go 7 strong and still be out there. So this would be a big accomplishment for Priester if he can get through 7 here, giving up only a couple of runs. Brewers are great. What I was saying prior to the break was this. Joey Ortiz has a couple of hits in this game, right? Caleb Durbin has been playing really well for this baseball team as well. So both of those guys are now, especially Ortiz maybe, starting to heat up a little bit. You have until the end of the month. you can just see it happening, can't you? Ortiz is going to get like on a hit streak here, hit like 350 in the next week, and then Matt Arnold's going to get to the trade deadline and go, we're good. Like my whole left side of my infield is hitting like 350 here in the last 10, 12, 15 days. They figured out Ortiz fixed his batting stance. He's rolling. Don't got to worry about that anymore. You could just see it where they don't get a bat and they're good. Bob Nightingale was on earlier today, our Odyssey MLB insider. He was on the Mason Crosby show with Mitch Thunder Nellis, brought to you by Verizon. And Thunder was the one interviewing him. I was semi-producing / co-hosting for Tommy Wirt, who was out sick today.
Did you feel young again, Sparky?
Did I what?
Feel young again? Over on this side, doing the production side of things?
No, but like I told you, like I think it's really beneficial to be over on that side of the glass from time to time versus just hosting. Priester gets out of the inning with the deep fly ball to right by Williamson. So he's through 7, giving up only 2 runs and a 10-2 lead. 17 hits for the Brewers today in Seattle.
Tyler Black, 2 for 4.
Tyler Black's another one, 2 for 4, right. So if you look at this box score right now, 3 hits for Bryce Terang with a couple of runs, 3 RBIs. No home runs in the game for the Brewers. 3 for 5, 2 runs, 3 RBIs. Contreras, who struck out his first 2 times, has hits his next 3 at-bats. 3 for 5, 2 RBIs for him. Yelich only 1 for 5. 2 for 4, the run in an RBI for Jackson Churio. Collins, 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Black, 2 for 4 with a run in an RBI. Perkins with only 1 hit, but it was a big RBI, 2-run RBI double. He has 2 RBIs with 3 strikeouts. Then you have Siegler, who got his first hit, his last at bat, 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. And then Joey Ortiz, 2 for 4, 2 runs, and an RBI as well for Joey Ortiz. But when Bob Nightingale was on earlier, he wrote a great piece, by the way, called The Brewers a Bunch of Misfit Toys in the USA Today. Go give that a read. Mitch Nellis brought up to him the idea of having to go get a power bat like Suarez. And Bob Nightingale was like, well, wait a second. They don't need Suarez. Like, their offense is good enough to go with what they have for pitching. And he goes, Suarez was almost out of the league a couple of years ago. He's as streaky as a streaky player can be. You could trade for Suarez. He could go ice cold and you'll get nothing out of it. And then you're kicking yourself for making that move. So Nightingale definitely was not on the bandwagon of getting Suarez. Then last week, we had the former Marlins president on, David Sampson. I brought up Suarez to him. Nope, not interested. He wants them to go get an even better pitcher than what they have in the rotation now to add to the front of that rotation, which I am not on board with that. And he also said, Sampson did, that they should go get a reliever to add to the back of that pen. That I agree with. But that's 2 guys, one that covers baseball, one that's been in baseball his whole life, that both say they're not interested in giving up the farm for Eugenio Suarez. And I'm not either one of those. I just talk on the radio. But that 36 home runs, that power, that's a lot of power to tell me that I don't need on this Brewers team right now.
It is a lot of power. And I think going back to a guy like Joey Ortiz, we talk about his defense and whether or not the Brewers can afford to not have that defense. Watching this game today and what J.P. Crawford has done defensively for the Seattle Mariners, I think 5 of the runs that the Brewers have scored today have been because J.P. Crawford has not been able to field the ball.
The last screw up that he had was literally a slow roller right at him, and he came charging in to get it, and it wasn't really charging. It was kind of like a slow jog in to get the ball. The ball goes underneath his glove and rolls into the outfield, and you're going to yourself, dog, like, were you trying to get that ball, or what exactly were you trying to do with that one? That's the crazy part about this whole thing, is that you know Joey Ortiz is really good. Is Joey Ortiz going to have games where he has an error? Yes, Joey Ortiz is going to have games where he has an error. But some of this routine stuff, watching Crawford today make 2 blatant, horrible decisions, makes you really realize just what you have, obviously, in Joey Ortiz. Joey Ortiz offensively. Joey Ortiz did not have a hit last night, okay? Did not have a hit. However, Joey Ortiz, prior to last night, was on a 7-game hitting streak going into last night's game. 7 games. And then comes back with 2 more hits today. Ortiz, for the month, coming into today, was at 234, 250 on base, 404 slugging. All right, so we following along on that? However, if we go and look at Joey Ortiz's numbers in the last 7 days, right, he is right now 5 for 18 with 4 runs scored, a couple of RBIs, a home run, and 3 strikeouts in 5 games played. And that, I believe, is without the couple of hits and couple of runs scored that he had today. So that number looks even better once you look at everything else going along with it. If Joey Ortiz gets hot, right, and plays well the next week, and Caleb Durbin continues to swing the bat well, I think I'm at the point now where I see a world where maybe the Brewers don't do anything at the trade deadline except maybe add a relief pitcher. And I'm telling you, if we get to the playoffs and this team gets bounced because they lose games 2-1, 3-2, and stuff like that, I'm just not going to be a pleasant person to be around if that happens again.
I don't think most Brewers fans will be, which is why it confuses me that most Brewers fans feel pretty happy with the fact that they may not do anything. I say this time in and time again. I think the Packers are in a lot of the same boat, or are getting close to being in that same kind of boat, where you are good enough to win a regular season. Now you need to start thinking about taking those next steps to win beyond the regular season. I think it's fun, yes, to watch this team in the regular season, but as a guy who grew up in Milwaukee watching the Milwaukee Brewers, I want to see them have that success beyond that regular season. And right now it looks like it's a pretty easy and simple path to taking that next step. So go and do it. Just do it.
Yes, absolutely right. I agree with you. That's what I like to see too. Just push in chips and go. These front three are as good as you're going to have probably in the next several years. So take advantage of Woodruff, Peralta, and Mizorowski being here. Push in the chips and go get it done. Coming up next, things that we missed on today's show. The one thing we never miss on the show is talking about the Taki Fuego meals going on right now. You love Taki Fuego chips? Listen up, because you've never had them like this. Wendy's new Taki Fuego meals are here. This has the Taki Fuego chip intensity you love, piled up on one of our fan favorite spicy chicken sandwiches with Taki Fuego chips, chili lime sauce, and creamy corn spread. The small Fuego fries get tossed in an intense chili lime seasoning. It's almost like this meal couldn't take any more Taki Fuego chip intensity. That's where the extra 1 ounce bag of Taki Fuego chips on the side comes in. Well, while supplies last, you can grab these Taki Fuego meals at Wendy's, open midnight or later, limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Things that we missed on today's show comes up next. It's Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's, live from the 1250 AM at 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, streaming on your Odyssey app and on YouTube. That's right, all of our local shows streaming on YouTube right now at The Fan Milwaukee on YouTube. Use that @ symbol, The Fan Milwaukee. You can watch all of our shows locally that we do, streaming live there, plus all kinds of videos cut up and all kinds of shorts as well. Like, subscribe on YouTube at The Fan Milwaukee. How about this? Tobias Myers pitching for the Brewers right now in a blowout situation. Brewers are up 10-2, bottom of 8. Tobias Myers in the game. Charlie has a theory as far as to why Tobias Myers might be in this game.
This is a Tobias Myers. Hey, buddy, go out there and get some film for other teams real quick. We like you enough that we want to help you get to a good situation, so go pitch a few. That's what this is.
Maybe. Could very well be exactly what's happening. Again, we're closing in on the MLB trade deadline, so we'll see how our guy Tobias Myers does on this one. Holy crap.
Good play.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
Oh, my goodness.
Anthony Seager.
Everybody wants to talk about Ortiz, and Julio Rodriguez is laughing at Seigler as he's coming off the field. Seigler just made an unbelievable play to the third base side. I mean, he failed in that running towards the foul line, threw from foul territory on the run in the air, and threw a one-hop.
Wasn't even really a jump. He just kind of threw that.
Yes. I mean, he ended up in the air, though. But, I mean, it was a one-hop throw to Tyler Black, who stretched out and caught it on a bounce. Man, I mean, Julio Rodriguez was even laughing walking on the field like, damn, that was crazy. See? You watch. They're going to do damn thing. All these dudes are playing out of their minds right now as we close in on the MLB trade deadline. Speaking of the MLB trade deadline, great piece on ESPN by David Schoenfeld, ranking the best MLB trade deadline rentals ever. Okay? They have the top 12 trades in Schoenfeld's mind in MLB history, I guess, would be, let me see here. Let me see if they have a start, if he has a start date for this. Or not at the end of the day. Let's see here. And this is all starting because of Suarez's bat, right? Say, this could rank up there as one of the best trade rentals of all time and so forth. So as we look at this list, they've got Will Clark to the Cardinals in 2000, Scott Rowland to the Cardinals in 2002, Beltran to the Giants in 2011, Scutaro to the Giants in 2012, Castellanos to the Cubs in 2019, and what he did for the Cubs at that moment in time. Tobias Myers, by the way, worked a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th inning for the Brewers. Nicely done. I like Tobias Myers. All right, so now they got the top 12. All right? Did you see this list, by the way?
I have not yet, no.
Where do you think Sabathia to the Brewers is? Again, this is ESPN. So just reminding you who's writing it. This is not Kurt Hogue or Todd Rosiak or Adam McKelvey or Drew Wagner writing this. This is Schoenfeld from ESPN.
This is ESPN, but the only thing that I think the ESPN loves about the Brewers is the fact that they traded for CC Sabathia back then. Today, they posted a highlight reel of pitchers who can rake, and it was just highlights of CC Sabathia, and 4 of them were in the Brewers.
And how is he not coming back for this thing?
I have no idea.
I think he had other plans. I think Rick Schlesinger said that he had another commitment. I think they did reach out to him.
He's probably doing a big media tour, going to the Hall of Fame and all of that. So he's probably got a busy season ahead of him. But I would think that because they really love CC Sabathia, he'd probably be top 3, maybe 2. I would say 2.
Top 2. Number 12, David Cone to the Blue Jays in one trade, and then to the Yankees, right? So the Mets trade Cone to the Blue Jays for Jeff Kent and Ryan Thompson. The Blue Jays trade Cone to the Yankees for 3 nondescript players, as they put it. Number 11, Orlando Cabrera to the Boston Red Sox. As part of a 4-team trade, the Red Sox traded Garcia Parra to the Cubs to acquire Cabrera from the Montreal Expos. Garcia Parra with the Cubs. That never really worked out, did it?
No, not really.
That never really ended up being anything. So, Cepedes to the Mets in 2015. The Tigers trade him for Michael Fulmer and Luis Cessa. That worked out for the Mets more than just that year. Cespedes ended up being a player for them for a while.
Definitely, and Fulmer actually pitched pretty well in Detroit, too, so that worked out a little bit for them for a little while there.
But if you remember, as is pointed out here, the Mets first agreed to acquire Carlos Gomez from the Brewers. You might remember Wilmer Flores was weeping on the field when he was told he was part of that deal. That trade fell through, and they instead acquired Cespedes just before the deadline clock. That worked out better for the Brewers and for the Mets that deal didn't happen.
Exactly, and the Mets still ended up having Carlos Gomez. Did they have him before or after the Brewers? I'm trying to remember now. I think they still ended up getting him after the Brewers later on.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. Cespedes eventually re-signed because that was a rental, right? These are rental trades. He re-signed at 3 years at $75 million.
Afterwards. He actually was with them before. The first team he was ever with was the Mets, and the last team he was ever with was the Mets.
Yeah, Mets and Twins, and then he got to the Brewers, I believe. Mark McGwire to the Cardinals in 97. The Athletics traded McGwire for Eric Ludwig, TJ Matthews, and Blake Stein. That worked out pretty good, I'd say, for the St. Louis Cardinals. Matt Holliday to the Cardinals in 2009. The A's again helping out St. Louis, trading Holliday for Brett Wallace, Clayton Mortensen, and Shane Peterson. Again, the A's get swindled. Both times they gave up superstar players, and both times got guys back that didn't turn out to be much of anything. David Price to the Blue Jays is the 7th best rental. Where is CC Sabathia? The Tigers trade Price for Daniel Norris. Remember him? He was a Brewer. Matthew Boyd, and some other cat whose name I can't pronounce. Jairo Labert, something like that.
Cy Young candidate, Matt Boyd?
Yeah, that guy. Correct. He went in the David Price trade in 2015, by the way. Number 6, Max Scherzer to the Dodgers. This one is really good. Nationals trade Scherzer and Trey Turner for Keibert Ruiz, Josiah Gray, who's not worked out, and 2 others. Dodgers took him to the cleaners on that one. Mark Teixeira to the Angels. Braves trade Teixeira for Casey Kochman. Remember him, the first baseman?
I do not
and
remember him.
Stephen Merrick back in 2008 for that one. J.D. Martinez to the D-backs is number 4 on this list on ESPN. 2017. Tigers trade Martinez for Sergio Alcantara, Dawal Lugo, and Jose King.
I like that one. I think I'm starting to remember who may be in the top 3 here.
Here is 3. Randy Johnson to the Astros in 1998. You don't remember that one.
No, but I know that happened.
Yes, the Mariners trade Randy Johnson for Freddie Garcia, Carlos Guillen, and John Halama. That actually, I mean, on the outs, looking at that now, Garcia ended up playing really well. Carlos Guillen ended up playing really well in the big league. So that actually makes more sense than all the rest of these. Number 2, Manny Ramirez to the Dodgers in 2018.
That
2008, I should say, not 2018.
2018 seemed a little late for me.
Right.
That was throwing me off for a
Part of
second.
a 3-way trade with the Red Sox and Pirates, the Dodgers traded Andy LaRoche and Brian Morris for Ramirez. Number 1 on the list, you betcha, CC Sabathia to the Brewers. They get Sabathia for Michael Brantley, Matt Laporta, and 2 other players. At the end of the day, this deal gets done for the Milwaukee Brewers. Just amazing. Just amazing. With the Brewers, he was 11-2 with a 1.65 ERA, 7 complete games, 3 shutouts, and 17 games started. His WAR, his win above replacement, was 4.9 in about 3 months of action.
That's just insane. I thought the Manny Ramirez one was probably going to be number 1 there. That's what I was thinking. But I'm happy CC Sabathia ended up being
Ramirez, in his 53 games after the trade, hit .396, a .489 on base percentage, a .743 slugging percentage. He had 17 homers, 53 RBIs in 53 games. Win above replacement, just 3.5. Still really good, though. Those numbers are psychotic from an offensive player.
Yeah, but again, when you look at CC Sabathia, just the WAR itself, 4.9 in that time frame, the 17 games started, or 3 shutouts in that time. I mean, you have to give it to him.
Yes, no doubt about it. Hey, Potawatomi Sportsbook, that's where you want to go to watch all of your favorite games, whether it be baseball games, football games, soccer, golf, tennis, racing, whatever the case may be. Over 30 sporting events at one time on their 2,000 square foot screen right there in the center of the wall. It is gigantic. 6,500 square feet is the Potawatomi Sportsbook. 2 levels. That second level, you can rent out for business luncheons, small parties, whatever the case may be. It's got a private elevator, so you separate yourself from everybody else, and you're looking straight at the screens, right? I mean, is there a better view at the Potawatomi Sportsbook than that second level?
No way.
It is amazing and colorful, as Charlie would like to tell you. The food's outstanding, right? Potawatomi Sportsbook Kitchen, all-day brunch, burgers, wings, 7 different types of wing sauce, wraps, salads, homemade desserts and pastries every day at the Potawatomi Hotel Casino. 48 beers on tap, a dozen different specialty cocktails. Reserve your seat ahead of time right now. Go to Potawatomi.com/sportsbook, Potawatomi.com/sportsbook. and make sure you are ready to go. Now, there is a nominal fee. That nominal fee goes towards your food and beverage costs for that night. So it would make sense to obviously eat and drink when you're there, and you're going to want to because it's all delicious. And you'll be very happy that you reserved your seat ahead of time. They got booths with like 6 to 8 people in it. They got tabletops, single individual, like they look like recliner chairs to me. Big, wide chairs. So definitely take advantage of that. We only have like a minute left or so. I don't think I told you. I did something this weekend that I never ever thought I would ever do in my life, and it was an impulse buy. So, you buy these chairs to sit out at the baseball games, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, you get them for like 10, 15, 20 bucks, whatever else.
Ones, yeah.
I splurged, man.
Ooh.
Spent like $100
on a folding chair?
On a chair, and got 2 of them, right?
Okay.
And it's got the little like shocks, like so you can rock. It's got a table that pops up for your phone, for your drinks, the whole deal. Never thought I'd ever do that in my life. Went and used it at the game for the first time on Sunday and quickly decided that was one of the best purchases I've ever made. That was amazing.
That might be one of the most dad purchases on the face of the earth.
Yeah, well, you've been watching baseball games forever, so yes, I might as well be comfortable on doing it. That'll do it for today's show. It's Wisconsin Sports Daily, served up by Wendy's, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, the Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. See Sparky Fifer here, Charlie Hughes, and they're back at it again tomorrow at 2. Toodles.